I'm Hillel Cohen, Executive Director of Scientific Affairs at Sandoz. I work in the area of science policy for biosimilars. I explain policy and the basic science of biosimilars to healthcare professionals, to patients, other organizations. And I help explain the external environment within our own company. Biologics is very simply a drug that's manufactured in a living system. Many drugs are made chemically, biologics are made in living systems and cells. We've actually had a biologic for a very long time. They go back to the middle of the last century. A biosimilar is a highly similar copy of a biologic that's gone off patent. But it's important to note that a biosimilar drug is so similar to the point where it has the same clinical effect, same effectiveness, and the same safety profile as that of the originator biologic. Well, all biological drugs, whether they originator or biosimilar, because they're manufactured in living systems, have inherent variability. That's normal. Every single biological drug will vary from one lot to the next. That's completely expected. However, every biological drug, again, originator or biosimilar, has to be manufactured and stay within very specific ranges for each parameter that's get measured. And that itself is linked to the safety and effectiveness of the drug. By staying within these predefined limits and as monitored by the company and then the data reviewed by the FDA, patients can be assured that by taking a biosimilar, they will get the same safety and effectiveness as they can with the originator biologic. Biosimilars first became available for use in the US in 2015 with approval of the Sandoz filgrastim product, Zarzio. Since that time, we have a total of 23 approved biosimilars to date, of which 9 biosimilars are marketed. In the past month alone, there have been at least 2 or 3 biosimilars that have been approved. So the pace of biosimilar development is clearly accelerating. The commercial success of Zarzio did not come by accident. We reached out at the time of approval with extensive education to patients, to healthcare providers, to explain what this product was, what biosimilars were, because we were the first. Another important factor with the launch of Zarzio was we had a very strong data package to support Zarzio. There's the original data package used for approval, which is comparative analytical and comparative clinical data. We also have data showing that there's an economic benefit by use of this product. By simulation modeling, we can actually show that the healthcare system has saved money. Our modeling data shows that the healthcare system has saved over $500 million over 2 years by use of Zarzio. And we also had a very strong patient support services to make sure that patients, when they received our product, got the same level of support that they had come to expect from the reference biologic. Interchangeability is defined by US law, actually, is the ability of a pharmacist to dispense a biosimilar instead of a originator biologic. It's important to realize that interchangeability is a regulatory designation. It's actually optional because physicians, even without this interchangeability designation, have the ability to prescribe whatever product they want, including a biosimilar in place of a reference biologic. Now, as far as what's required to meet the FDA standards of interchangeability, it's really quite complex. The FDA is requiring a pharmacokinetic study, pharmacokinetics being what happens to the drug in the body. Now, the requirements for this PK study are actually beyond that of the originator biologic or most new drugs. And in fact, these studies have to be relatively long, which means a biosimilar manufacturer has to over-enroll to make sure that we have enough patients left at the end of the study to get meaningful results. And it's really an open question at this point in time whether this regulatory category of interchangeability will actually enhance access or will actually impede access of patients to these products. Now that more and more biosimilars are getting approved, focus is going to be turning to getting them accepted and integrated into the US healthcare system. That will require making sure these products are well accepted by patients and their providers. We also have to make sure that the systems, the healthcare systems themselves, including pharmacies, hospitals, payers, integrate biosimilars into their existing systems so that they can be used seamlessly and provided to patients without any additional barriers. Sandoz has been in the forefront of biosimilars for many years. I've been working in this area for many, many years. It's a personal pleasure for me to see that more biosimilars are becoming available, and I look forward to the day that many will be launched, and this will lead to greater savings for the U.S. healthcare system and perhaps earlier access for some patients to these products.